Hello everyone. This video will explain how the Shroud of Turin was in fact made. The shroud is an 8 by 2 cubit length linen cloth woven in what's called a triple herringbone weave, which was common in Palestine 2,000 years ago. It bears the image and blood of a man who appears to have been tortured and crucified in the manner of Jesus of Nazareth, as described in the Gospels. The height of the man in the image is approximately 6 feet tall. The image is what can best be described as a photographic negative. The shroud is the most scientifically studied artifact in human history. A team of the world's top scientists were assembled once, given approximately 1 week, 24 hours a day, to figure it out, which they tried 24 hours a day for 1 week straight, in shifts, to accomplish this. Still, they were unable to come to any conclusions on how it was made. We only know the edges of the fibers that came into contact with the image are discolored, creating the image. The 1988 carbon dating, concluding that it's a medieval forgery made between 1260 and 1390 AD, has since been discredited. I'm not going to discuss the pollen samples, blood, and dirt found on the shroud. A few recent videos on the shroud claim that it was made in the fraction of a second with such enormous energy that would have taken more energy to produce than all the electricity on the planet. My personal feeling is if that was true, the shroud would have been burnt to a crisp. Only until photography was invented in the 19th century did someone photograph the shroud in the early 20th century. When the photographer saw the photo negative of the shroud, he saw a positive photograph. Simply put, when you take a picture with a camera, you have, in the old days, a photo negative which is transferred by an enlarger to paper or plate depending on the method. Digital photography, different than analog, uses what's called BMP, or bitmap format. This is when the shroud became controversial because the photo negative of the shroud is actually a photograph in the positive. The definition of photography, according to Webster's dictionary, is defined as an image retained on a sensitized surface through the action of radiant energy. The radiant energy in photography is light, reflected off an object passing through the camera lens onto film, or BMP. In the case of the shroud, the radiant energy apparently emanated from the image itself. Modern research reveals 7 types of radiant energy: gamma rays, X-rays, microwaves, ultraviolet light, visible light, heat, and radio frequencies. Using this simple formula, I've recreated the image on the shroud in the same way as originally made, if in fact it is real. There are 3 differences between my method and the actual method. First, I used the image of Saint Teresa. This is my image that I created. Second, my sensitized surface is paper. Third, the radiant energy I used is heat. The only factor that I cannot explain is the type of radiant energy used in the original. This is the photographic negative of my image. Please allow me to conclude my video with the words of Jesus, which are more important than the truth of the shroud. First, Jesus says, "Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word spoken from the mouth of God." Second, Jesus says, "It is the spirit that gives life to the body, not the other way around. My words are spirit and they are life." God bless you.